That's not my fetish. This episode's definitely an interesting one. I'll definitely give it that one. So we kind of begin after the events of when Jack falls off the tree and he ends up in the snow, and one of the daughters of Aku, which we know by the name of Ashi, if I'm saying her name correctly, is still alive, and she tries to kill Samurai Jack and ends up losing to him. Until a certain point where they both end up getting eaten by this massive creature, and now Jack is spending not only the entire time trying to find a way out of the creature, but also trying to save Ashi for whatever reason he has in mind, as he says that she's been corrupted, she's not that evil, and, you know, he could probably show her the error of her ways. Along with this, we do see more of Jack's psyche, where even the internal parts of Jack are beginning to question his motives, saying like, why is he doing this? Why is he helping someone who made their choice, and yada yada yada, and he's a murderer for killing all the daughters of Aku and otherwise, and other kind of stuff of that nature. Honestly, this episode like ran on full cylinders if you ask me, because it was an interesting concept seeing Jack have to deal with Ashi while at the same time having to try to find a way to escape this behemoth of a creature, if you ask my honest opinion. Do I have any problems with the episode? One. And that's pertaining to the ending, where all of a sudden Ashi sees this ladybug that she remembers from her practice, and then she's told by, you know, the leader of the Daughters of Aku that that's not a part of Aku's order, and then we see Jack with a similar ladybug land on his hand and him letting it go, whereas the leader of the Daughters of Aku squashed the ladybug. I feel like that being the reason why she kind of can see Jack's way to some degree is a little out of nowhere, because we do see her be fascinated with the outside world, as we see in the second episode, with her looking at this beautiful landscape. I felt like if they did something to pertain more towards that, rather than just a random ladybug that came around during a practice that we didn't see until this very moment when it happens, I feel like would have worked better, because as it stands, it does come off as a bit of a out of nowhere resolution to, not really a resolution to her character, but more like a resolution to her maybe seeing Jack has some sense in what he's saying. But beyond that, visuals were good, humor was good, especially with Jack and Ashi interacting with each other, and I like the episode as a whole. I love this episode. This is a really good episode. I just have a gripe with the ending being a out of nowhere kind of solution, and I always have problems with out of nowhere kind of solutions. Maybe it's a me problem, I don't know. So all in all, what do I think about this episode? It's good. I really like this episode. I like it a lot more than I do the third episode to some, well, not the third. Yeah, the third episode to some degree. Because, like I said, in the first episode, it was catching us up to date. The second episode was, you know, us meeting up with the Daughters of Aku and otherwise. It's like, this one is definitely a step above some of the other episodes that came out, and I really like this episode. I don't think this is as good as the battle between the Daughters of Aku and Jack, though, still, but this is still a good episode that develops both Jack's character and Ashi's character, and I'm definitely interested to see where they take it. And that's my speed impressions on Samurai Jack XCV.